Okay, here's a little update on where I am with this device. So first of all, this device is still on the breadboard, but I am working on moving it to a perf board. Everything again is fully modular. I can take everything off. All the wiring is going on in the back end. My soldering skills are still not that good, but I'm getting the job done as best as I can. So this is kind of what the form factor will look like. Down, 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 select, sleep and wake button. It's almost there, almost there. And then what is really cool is, so this is the other chip, right? This is the MCU. I was able to solder some wires on here and it connects to this smaller battery, right? So if I connect that there. So this is a small 350 milliamp hour battery. I'm gonna play to see if this is the right size for us to last all day. Again, this should be mostly a computer companion and out and on the go every so often, not the whole day. So ultimately, this thing plugs into here. The battery plugs into here, and that should power the device on. And I still have to add the LED, and I'm gonna add a vibration motor here. So, all right, let's go ahead and look. I told you I wanted to get this thing hooked up on Bluetooth. So now I made this iOS app. There's no icon on it yet. And immediately it's looking for the J-01, Jerry 01 device. So let's go ahead and plug it in. All right, so now it's in pairing mode. And now we can search for it. Okay, it found it. All this has a lot of work to do, right? But register it. So we're gonna register and pair them together so they're aware of each other. When I hit register, it'll know what this device is and this device will know what my phone is. So we'll register it. Cool. And then now we come up to the syncing. So if you notice, I don't have one of these. Oh, let me get this thing out. This is a clock module. Typically you need this thing in your device if you want to keep accurate time, and it has its own battery. So even when the power dies, this thing is always keeping accurate time. But this thing's too big to fit in my Tamagotchi device, right? So I had to find a different way to sync time. And really what that will look like is we're gonna sync it with my phone's time. I might have waited too long, so let's see if this still works. Nope, that's not gonna work. So give me a moment, let me restart the app, let me restart everything, and we'll try to sync it up. Okay, so we are back. We're back in pairing mode. Let's search for the J01 again. Found it, good deal. Let's swipe it. Let's clear this registration because it was previously registered. We'll register it, great. Swipe it, we'll sync the time. Now the time is synced, and now we'll sync news. So my favorite website is techmeme.com, again, techmemorabilia.com. And there you go, now the app shows all the information about the device. That is when I registered it. These are some of the articles that I synced over to the device. So now let's see what this one does. So check it out, now it's got accurate time to right now, which is great. That was pulled from my phone. I can actually go, again, there's the clock. We have our timers, which is great. You guys, I don't know if I showed you how that works. We have multiple alarms that we can set, great. News, so this is actually what pulled from the phone. If I click that, these are the latest 5 news articles from techmeme.com, and that techmeme.com is basically just an aggregate of all the tech news from the largest publishers. So there you go. And then when I want to actually read an article, I'll click one. Now I can scroll down and I can read that article if I want to do that, which is great. I can also refresh from the app, so I can click that, open companion app nearby. Let's see if this thing will sync. Force sync, can I do that? There we go. And then it would have just synced the latest updates and stuff, which is great. And it looks like it also synced the time at the same time. So now this is, you know, it's gonna make sure that if there's any sort of situation where the clock is off by a few seconds, it'll sync it periodically. So this is my device so far. Got a bunch of settings that I can set if I wanted to, you know, forget the phone. I can check the status of the pairing and whatnot. It's all here. So yeah, this is my device so far. Again, hopefully all this mess will be gone and I'll be able to move it to this soon. I did a lot of soldering today, got a lot of work done, and we're almost there to a nice little prototype on the perf board. So there we go.